Want me to speak on the microphone? Everybody hear me? Everybody good? Thumbs up? Can I get a thumbs up? You guys can hear me? Okay, cool. Sweet. I'll probably just do microphone that way they can hear me, yeah.
There you go.
Test, 1, 2. Is that better? Everybody can hear me?
Yeah.
Cool. So, how's everybody doing? You guys had a good time? Yeah, I like to hear everybody. So everybody here is already somewhat in the media space, right? You guys are all taking a class or something at your school. You guys all do this one way, form, or another, right? Okay, perfect. So let me introduce myself real quick. My name is Joaquin Rodriguez. I'm here. Let's just get started with the thing. So I was born and raised here. I've been all over, Stockton, Lathrop, Manteca. I'm in Manteca right now, but I was born and raised here in the 209. I am 27 years young, even though, so I'm not that old. I'm not too old. I feel like COVID took a couple years away from me, but I feel like I'm right there next to you guys, so 27 years young. I founded my company, my video production company, 3 King Media, in 2015, right after when I got out of high school when I was here at Delta. And since then, I have worked on 500 plus videos. I've worked with labels such as Stizzler, Rancho Humilde, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the corrido space, and then Sony Records. So I've done a lot of work, a lot of music videos for a long time, a lot of business promos when COVID came around, and there was a lot of people that did their own businesses from their homes. So I helped a lot of people with marketing for themselves and their businesses during COVID. And now I'm kind of tailoring more towards businesses, corporations, events, weddings, and just bigger projects and a lot of other stuff. I'll show you guys some of my work real quick. Perfect, yep, thank you. So this right here is a spec ad. I don't know if you guys can see it. Does anybody here know what a spec ad is? Have you guys ever heard of that term, a spec ad? So what a spec ad is essentially is me and my team produce the video, which is, these are some images from the video. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna sell this back to the brand, which is Fabletics. It's Kevin Hart's brand. I don't know if you guys know Kevin Hart? Yeah, so it's his brand. So what we did is we put together a video and we're packaging it up real nice and we're gonna try and sell it back to them. So that's just a nice little way to get your foot in the industry. You know, anybody can do this. You don't have to be, a big company. You guys could do this if you guys wanted to, and then sell it to them. And right now it's pretty cool because there's a big wave on UGC, which is user-generated content. So they look for regular, everyday people just like you guys to make content for them, and they'll buy it from you guys. It doesn't matter. I mean, I don't know if you have to be 18 years old, but I'm sure you guys can figure out a way to work with brands and people that you guys like. But this is something that we did, just a little bit of my work. I had a buddy come out and help me with lighting, and then I had another guy come and help me with behind the scenes. But just so you guys can see a little bit of what we do. We're a little more on the high end now, and I like to do bigger productions and bigger scale things, so it's pretty cool. It's been a journey, definitely. Yep, go for it. It's definitely been a journey. So a little bit about my journey. I started in 2015, and 3 big points, I think I would say, is when I first started this wasn't intentionally to be a business. It was kind of just more for fun. I was doing a lot of videos with friends and stuff. It was more for YouTube. I don't know if you guys remember that YouTube era where everybody was on YouTube, but it wasn't really about money. It was more just for making the videos and doing it for fun and capturing the moments. So that's originally how I started. Me and my friends, it was a YouTube thing more than anything. We were just doing it for fun. But I want to stress that everything that I was doing at the time was getting familiar with my equipment and practicing softwares, and everything that I was doing essentially was just practice. And for the first couple years, I didn't see any money from it. You know what I'm saying? We were just doing it because it was fun and we love to do it. And I think that's very important. I think if you guys find something that it is that you guys love to do and figure out a way to turn that into a business or an income for yourselves, you guys will be a lot happier in the long run. And I think that's what's super important about programs like this is it's opening you guys up to the possibilities. Now that you guys are young, you guys can dabble a little bit with audio or video or graphic design and see what it is that you guys like and what you guys enjoy doing, so that way when you do get older and you're leaving college or preparing, you guys kind of already have an understanding of what it is you want to do and what you like to do. So the first 3 years of my career were really just a lot of fun, and then in 2018 to 2020, that's when we really started taking things seriously. I mentioned that COVID hit, so there was a lot of people that had their own businesses. They were popping up left and right, like bakeries or car wash or detailers. So what I did was I was working with a lot of essentially self-employed business owners that wanted to get marketing done. So that was a nice big push for me. I made a lot of friends and made a lot of connections in that industry and helping people in that way, but that was just another way that I was practicing. And what I was really doing without even knowing was I was practicing my business. So I was practicing things as getting my packages right. I was scheduling, getting things in order, trying to, make the best of my time. And then I was practicing with invoicing. So what a lot of people don't realize is this creative space is a business, right? And for a long time, it was just fun. But when you transition and start doing things like my packages and invoicing, is you have to practice the business aspect of things, you know what I'm saying? Because otherwise, you're kind of just gonna, you can be very well-rounded or very creative, but if you don't have that business background, your business is not gonna scale. And it's gonna be difficult for you guys to make more connections and be taken seriously, essentially. So I think that's a big stress that I want you guys to understand, is that there's ways to turn this into a business, but you need to familiarize yourself with the back end of those things, so getting your packages right, learning how to invoice, learning how to schedule, those are just some of the things that at that time I was practicing without even knowing, but those were things that I was getting better and better at. So that will bring me to now, 21 to present day. What I'm doing now is more connecting and scaling. So now that I kind of have ran through the ropes of being a business owner, I'm working with my producer now up there, Michael Spivey, and then I got my other good friend right here, St. Bruno Media. It's networking. Networking is such a big key in all of this. So I look around right now and I see a bunch of young, hungry students that I don't know where you guys are gonna be 10 years from now, Some of you might be big directors, some of you might be audio recording, you might start your own podcast. So the people that are around you right now in this room are gonna be somewhere one day. And it's super important that you connect with those people, you shake hands, you get your Instagrams, and then, you support each other, because those are the connections that later in life are gonna come back and maybe somebody will hire you for whatever it is that you do. So like my good friend Bruno over there, he was super busy today, but I hired him to come out and help me today with some stuff because he's my friend and I know he's a good worker and he's reliable. And as well with my friend Michael. So now that we're working with these bigger companies and bigger businesses, there's money and there's resources allocated to those kind of things. So you definitely, this isn't a one-man thing. This is a team sport, and I can't stress that enough. Everybody needs to understand that this is a team sport and you need to be a key team player. But as long as you guys understand those things, I think you guys will go pretty far in this space. It's one of those things where networking is super important, it's not just about meeting people, but it's about helping others and seeing how others can help you. So you always want to make sure you guys are shaking hands with people, getting Instagrams, connecting with others, because you never know how you can benefit them or they're going to benefit you down the line. Let's go to the next one. Okay, so I want to leave you guys with some advice because like I said, I see a lot of you guys here are hungry and I want to help you guys maybe make a little adjustment or fine tune what it is that you guys are doing right now to give you guys the best chances to advance and go further in this career. So the first thing I would say is practice. For a long time, I would say that I was waiting for the right moment to make a video. And then I realized, the right time is never gonna come. You need to just start and do a video. And you guys know Mr. Beast? How many of you guys have heard of Mr. Beast? So he did a podcast where essentially he talked about making 100 videos, right? And the first 10 videos that you're gonna make, they're not gonna be the best. And that's just everybody, okay? The first couple videos that you make are not gonna be the best ones. But after 10 videos, you have 10 videos under your belt. Now the 11th is gonna be a little better. Or after 50 videos, the 51st is gonna be a little better. His example was 100 videos. You need to make 100 videos that are bad, and then your 101st video is gonna be the best one. So I would just really stress that everybody practice on your own free time. And even if you don't have a camera, or if you, whatever it is that you want to do, your phones are cameras. Make videos, practice editing, practice color grading, practice audio recording, any which way you can get practice. It's just more experience under your belt so that when the time comes that someone really does need you for a project, you have more experience and you're more tailored and better fit to get a better result in the end. So like I mentioned, I did over 500 videos in the past 10 years. It's funny because my friends ask me like, oh, how are you so good at this now? Like, how do you know what to shoot for? What do you know what to get? It's all that practice in those 10 years that I've been doing videos every single day that now I know exactly what I need. I get there, I shoot it, I film it, I produce the content. I know how to edit, I know how to color grade. And it's not an overnight thing, you know? It's one of those things that after so many videos and so much practice, you dial in your style, you figure out how you're shooting things, how to get better, and it's just one of those things, you know, like I can't stress that enough. Practice, practice, practice. Okay, so if there's one thing you guys should go home, I suggest if you guys can, make a video a day. And if you can't do it a day, make one video a week. And then at the end of the year, you have 52 videos, so that the next year, your 53rd video is gonna be that much better. Another big thing that I wanna say is you guys need to be easy to work with. Okay, so it goes back to the networking thing that I was talking about. I like to hire people that I know are reliable, that I know can get the job done and are a pleasure to be around. So the reason these guys, I bring them around is because they're my friends. And they're solid individuals with their morals are aligned with mine. So we know everybody's doing things for the right reason. And it's just one of those things where you can have all the talent in the world, but if you're not a pleasure to work with, you're not gonna get hired back. Like I've worked on sets with a bunch of guys and these guys will have $50,000 cameras and super good at what they do, but if they're not a pleasure to be around, you're not gonna wanna hang out with them, you're not gonna invite them to your set, you're not gonna, you know, so that's super important that I think everybody needs to, and this is a self thing, you know what I'm saying? This isn't like a how good you are at video, this is more of a self thing. So some advice that I would give you guys is be polite and professional, learn how to be polite and professional in the workspace. That's a big one, the way you carry yourself is very, very important. If you say you're gonna do something, do it. You know, your word is everything. And I wouldn't hire somebody that said they were gonna show up at 10 o'clock and then they show up at 11 and now we miss the shots. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's a big, your word matters in this industry. So if you say you're gonna do something, you should do it, you know? And that's another one of those things where the more reliable you are, the more likely you are to get called back. So it's just another one of the things that you guys should definitely work on. And be reliable and go the extra mile and it will come back tenfold. So a lot of times on set, you will get asked to do something, or you might not even get asked to do something. You need to initiate and show initiative and show that you want to be there. You know, lend an extra hand to somebody, ask people if they want to be a little help or something, whatever it may be. Just go that extra mile and I promise you that it will come back and people will remember those things and they'll hire you. And another thing that I want to stress is there's money in this industry. Obviously, it's not about the money, you know what I'm saying? But everybody has to pay bills at the end of the day, you know? And we all go into our career, whatever it is, our endeavors, because, you know, well, one, we need to pay the bills. But what I want to stress is that there's ways to make money in doing what you love. And I'm so blessed that I get to do what I love every day. And I'm just lucky. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's very important that if you guys find something that you guys love, there's industries in and around this space that will tailor to you guys. If you guys like fashion, we need stylists, somebody that's gonna come on set and bring outfits for the talent. You know, if you like audio recording, we need an audio engineer that's just gonna follow us with the microphone. If you guys like lighting, we pay guys that just come out to do lighting. So there's definitely plenty of avenues that you guys can pursue in this industry. I would just say experiment, feel them out, see what you like, see what you don't like, so that when you do get to this step in your career and picking what it is you want to do, you're more familiar. And then a big one is problem solving. So I would say that the biggest thing is, like, yes, I'm a video creator, I'm a content creator, but more than anything, I'm a problem solver, okay? So when a business approaches me for a video, essentially what they need is they have a problem, and whether they need marketing or they need us to cover an event or whatever it may be. At the end of the day, we're problem solvers, right? And that's something that you guys need to practice in and around whatever it is you guys do in your space, whatever is problem solving. Figure out if something doesn't work, figure out how you can make it work. A lot of filmmaking is really just, especially with lighting, is, okay, this is what we want, how do we get this? Okay, well, we need to put a light here, we need to put a light here, we need to put a camera here. Everything in this industry is problem solving. So if you guys can practice that right now, by the time you guys get to an older age, you guys will be really, really good at that. And it'll be one of those things where you can do things on the spot. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're quicker. So that's a big key. Getting out of your comfort zone. Me, right now, public speaking. I'm not a very big public speaker, but these things are very important that you guys do because, like I said, you're gonna get put on the spot a lot, right? And putting yourself and taking yourself out of those comfort zones that you guys are in are gonna make you grow as an individual and as a creator. And those are very important things that you guys should also be doing. It's easy to kind of stay in your shell and, you know, editing, you kind of stay in your nook and you just edit all day or whatever it may be. But you guys, I really suggest that everybody expands and tries to get out of their comfort zone. And another thing with networking is going up to people, shaking hands, meeting people, connecting, because those are the skills that you guys are going to learn now that are going to benefit you in the long run. And then finally, I kind of touched on this a little bit, but do what you love and love what you do. So, like I said, I already touched on this, but there's industries and there's lanes for everybody in here. I suggest that everybody just experiment with everything. You guys are young right now. Go take some video classes, go take some photo classes, go mess around with audio, maybe try a podcast or whatever it is. And they have a lot of really good resources here that you guys can dabble in. And so that way, by the time you guys get to my age and you're 22, 23, looking at starting your careers, you guys know what it is that you guys like and what you guys don't like. And I think you guys will be a lot happier in the long run. If you guys are in this space right now, I envision myself as you guys. And the reason I started this was because, like I said, it was all for fun. I never would have thought that I could turn this into a business. I never would have thought that I'd be making really good money now, doing what I do, working with these bigger businesses and these bigger artists and these labels. And I'm so lucky and blessed to do what I do every day. And the fact that I do something that I love is just that much better. It doesn't feel like a job for me. You know, it feels like a hobby. And now when I do my own content, it doesn't feel like I'm working. It feels like I'm playing. Like as a kid, you remember when you guys were kids and you would hang out with your cousins or go out and play with your friends out on the street, whatever? That's what it feels like to me. I feel like I'm playing. I feel like I'm having fun and doing things that I get to do, and I'm getting paid at the end of the day. So it's super rewarding, and it's a very good feeling to know that at the end of the day, I get to pay the bills doing what I do and doing what I love. And I'm not stuck at an office job, you know, 9 to 5, doing what I don't like, working for someone else. I am my own boss. I am an entrepreneur. I'm a business owner. And it's not difficult. It's not easy. It's a difficult road. But another key point that I was stressing is practice. I have 10 years of practice under my belt now. So things are getting a little easier. I'm still learning, I'm still making mistakes. You know, it's not all cake and rainbows, but at the end of the day, I get to do what I love, and I'm so blessed, and I'm so happy that, you know, this is the career and the path that I took. I just wish that when I was in your guys' footsteps, I had the resources that you guys had, and I could have been video editing back in 2015 or filming with cameras or shooting podcasts. I kind of had to learn it all on my own. But there are resources here for you guys to take advantage of, you know, so you guys can feel it out and see what you guys like and what you guys don't like, and, you know, figure out for the rest of your life what it is that you guys want to do. So that's pretty much my, here, I think there's one more slide. Cool. So I just want to say thank you guys for your time. Shout out to my amazing team, because I can't stress this enough. This is a team sport. And I can't do this without my team. So shout out to my guy Bruno right there. He was in the program. So he was here a couple years ago, and he graduated, and he says it changed his life. He met some people in this program that now they contact him 2-3 times a week and hire him to do some gigs for him. So networking is a really big one. I just want to give a big shout out to my boy Bruno, and then also I want to give a big shout out to my boy Mr. Eunice up there. He's my producer. He's been helping me. A lot of the back end business stuff that I was saying, where like I can be good at making the videos, but if I don't know how to run my business, then I'm not going to scale. He's been helping me so much with that end and that aspect of my business, of getting organized and getting my marketing and my branding and everything together. So like I said, this is a very big team sport, so I suggest everybody shake hands with people that are around you, get Instagrams, connect with everybody, and my social medias are up here. I got my production company, and I'm always dropping a lot of pointers on there and like videos on advice and stuff. And I have this community, it's called the Camera Collection, where we meet and we give it a lot of advice, and we'll do live editing sessions and a whole lot of stuff. So if you guys want to join or follow, give us a follow, and you guys can jump in there on your phones and social media and tap in with us directly, and we'll give you guys a lot of good advice. And who knows, maybe I need editors. So show of hands, how many of you guys like editing, video editing? Beautiful, okay. We need edit. How many of you guys like photos? How many of you like taking photos, cameras? Okay, what about video? How many of you guys like video? Yeah, okay, that's cool, perfect. So there's a lot of really, really young, talented creators in here, and I'm super excited to see where you guys are 5-10 years from now. I highly, highly urge you guys to take advantage of the resources that you guys have here, because it took me 5 years to save up for the camera that I have now, and they have a whole closet full of them in the back now. So you guys can get your hands on this equipment and get your hands on all this gear, you know, just by coming here and participating in our program. So thank you guys. I do want to open it up if you guys have any questions for me or for some advice, or anybody show of hands. Anybody got any questions you guys want to run through? Go ahead.
What did you start off with?
What do you mean, what did I start off with? Car camera? So his question was, what did I start with? I started with a Canon T5i. Well, really, I started with a GoPro. And this was like in 2015, so the GoPros were like brand new. But as far as cameras, I think I started with a Canon T5i. I would highly, highly suggest, the camera doesn't matter. And I know it sounds cliche, a lot of people will say that, but I think the camera that you have right now is what's important. What you need to learn is the fundamentals, so lighting, good sound, good lighting, and storytelling. There's a lot of free resources on YouTube. There's a lot of YouTube channels. I actually posted a video on my page giving you 5 of the best YouTube channels for filmmakers. Don't ever stop learning. Always, always be watching videos on Instagram or YouTube, and find other creatives that do what you guys do and learn from them, because that is the information that took me 5-6 years to learn. And if you can get it all in one place online, so you know, you should definitely tailor to that and go there and find the information that you need to know online and apply it. Yeah, but camera-wise, whatever camera you have, I mean, I would suggest maybe getting something cheap that you guys can afford or whatever on Facebook Marketplace, little $800, $500 cameras, and then learn how to work that camera ins and outs, learn all the buttons, and then it's like growing, you know, you grow out of your shoes. So outgrow your shoe and then buy the next big one, and then outgrow that one and go next and next and next. So yeah, go ahead back there.
Hi, my name is Sammy. I'm a growing filmmaker in Stockton. As I make more and more short films, I'm curious about how to divert some of what the director usually, you know, at starting out, I have to do a lot of more things that they usually allocate to other people, right?
Yeah.
How do you strike the right balance between, during the runtime of these, just starting off, how do you strike the right balance between like doing too much as a director when you could be, you know, giving to somebody else, and like not trying to slow down production and not being too long?
Got you. So his question is essentially, if I'm guessing, is how do you delegate? How do you decide what it is that you do and what you want to do? So I give this analogy a lot, and I like to say it's like when you do a film production, it's kind of like the Avengers. You bring together a team. So you want to bring together a team of individuals that are really good at whatever it is they do. And that's why I say there's so many avenues to pick in this industry, because you can get really, really good at lighting, and then you'll get hired out 3 times a week for just doing lighting. So I think what you need to focus on is figure out where your creative direction is coming from and what you want to apply to, what you want to give to the project. And if lighting is one of those things where you need someone else, hire somebody else who's really good at lighting that's going to work with you. So at the end of the day, a production is just a big group project, right? As a director, you're the one that has a story in your mind, and you're going to bring it to life. You're working with the DP and the lighting guy that tell them, hey, I want this to look a little dark, a little moody, maybe a blue light in the background, and you know what I'm saying? So I think you need to figure out what it is that you're really, really good at and what you like to do and what you want to contribute to the project, and then find someone else who's really good at something else and bring them aboard. And now you guys are working together for what's best for the project in the end. You know what I'm saying? So it's like one of those things in that the examples that I had of the Fabletics ad, I knew that I had the direction, so I had the ideas for what I wanted, but I knew my other friend was really, really good at lighting. So I had him come out and we worked together and we collabed, and I listened to him and he listened to me. And it's funny because I had an idea for a shot and he said, well, why don't you do it this way? And I trust his expertise because I know he's really good at what he does. And we ended up turning off one of the lights, and that's how we got the silhouette shot. And I was so much more happy with the way he recommended it because I trust his expertise. It's one of those things where, yeah, you're the director, but you also need to kind of bring yourself off of that pedestal and say, okay, well, what's best for the project? This guy knows more than me. Let me trust him, and he knows what he's doing. So I think you really just kind of figure out what it is that you have to contribute to the project and bring somebody else on board that can contribute just as much in their own way. Does that make sense? Did I answer your question? Yeah? Okay, cool. Up there, go ahead.
So as far as production goes, I'm thinking about being like producing music.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have like anything that you can like give off to me about like that kind of production?
You want to produce music, like beats and stuff?
Yeah, produce beats.
What program do you use already? Do you practice already?
Right now I'm just using MATLAB.
Okay, that's a good one. I've seen a lot of people get famous off that one.
Yeah, so far right now I'm just starting off, just kind of starting, like just doing little productions and stuff.
Yeah.
And just kind of rapping over them and stuff.
Yep,
But
I like that.
this is something I kind of want to do as a hobby.
Yeah.
So, I kind of get as much information I can. I kind of want to do this maybe coming into college.
Uh-huh.
Maybe see, like, 'cause so far, like, what we've seen going around campus, me and my friends, I did this little section where we walked in and we did this little, like, podcast thing.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool. And then I just like the whole environment of being in a studio like that.
Yeah,
It was really nice. I like all the equipment. I was asking a bunch of questions.
that's good.
And, I just...
Some steps. So you want to know what steps to take. Okay, good question. So first step would be practice. Definitely keep making beats, keep making productions. Use that app until you've used every button in that app and learned every single thing that you can about it. And then you can upgrade to the next one. Or try and learn the next one now, But I would say definitely practice. Put yourself out there is a big one. Posting your work, sharing it, and then receiving feedback is another really, really big one. I think a lot of creators in this space need to learn how to accept feedback and understand that it's constructive criticism. If I put out a video and 3 people tell me they didn't like it, then it's because of a reason, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would be so attached to the video and all this work that I put into it, and I'm not gonna get mad that they said they didn't like it. Okay, well, what didn't you like? What can I do better? So you always have to be a student to your own game and put projects out, see what people like, see what people don't like. Maybe in a week you put out 3 beats and the third one hits the hardest and you get the most likes. Now go back and make another beat like that one, expand on that. I would say start a Instagram for yourself, make like a little logo or a name and just post your beats on there. Reach out to people, that's another really big one. Hey, I make beats, I made some beats that you might be interested in. Send them a beat pack and then you never know, they might like it and they might pick it up and use it for a song, and then now they're paying you $100, $200 just for that beat so they can use it. So there's definitely lots of ways, and beats are very, very, it's one of those industries where it's not just rappers. Music videos sometimes need beats, commercials need original scores is what they call it. It's you score a film as you make the music for it. So there's so many avenues with music production that you can go. But if making beats is what you like the most, definitely just keep making more beats, put them out, send some to some artists. You never know, some artists out here in Stockton might pick them up and rap on them, and then that'll get your name out and your buzz out, and then you just keep going and going until you get more and more. But yeah, definitely just keep practicing. That's the biggest one that I can, because that's something you guys can all go home today and do. You guys can all go home and practice in whatever it is that you guys are doing right now, and make a video or make a song or make a podcast or whatever it is you're doing, and have a finished product, step back, observe it, look at it, what can I do better, what was good, what was bad, what did people think, and then on to the next one. And then you make another one, and by the time you make a 10th, it's gonna be better than the first one. A lot of times people wait too long, and they wait and wait and wait for the perfect time, and then the perfect time never comes. So I suggest, just practice, keep going, and then at the end of the year, you'll probably have 100 beats that you that you have done. You could put them in a Google Drive and send them to 10 different artists, and someone's gonna bound to buy one. So, you know, there's just different ways that you can perfect your craft at the same time making connections. Yeah. No problem. Anybody else? Other questions? Yep, go ahead in the back.
When you're networking, how do you contact and stay in touch with people that you really want to work with?
So a big one is shaking hands. Shake hands with people, connect with them right then and there. What's your Instagram? Oh, here, I'll follow you back right then and there. And then after the shoot, you know, I'll send a message like, hey, it was a pleasure meeting you today. I had a great time working with you. You ever need photo, video, behind the scenes? Let me know, I'm your guy. And for a long time, what I did was I gave out a lot of free work for a long time, because what that was getting my foot in the industry and showing people, hey, this is what I'm capable of. So a lot of times I was showing up to set and I would bring my camera and shoot some behind the scenes photos. And then at the end of the shoot, I would DM the artist and be like, hey, I took these photos of you. You know, this is my Instagram. If you ever need something, you know what I'm saying, let me know. And one of these artists ended up using these photos for his picture profile, and it's still his picture profile today. And now he follows me and he knows me as, oh, this guy's a really good cameraman. He's good to have on set. The next time I film a music video, I'll invite him out because I know he's gonna get some really good photos of me. So you kind of have to put yourself in the position, but once you meet those people and shake hands, the relationship that you build with them after that is very, very important. So I think it's just checking in with people. Hey, how's it going? Leave a like, leave a comment on the next time they post a video. You know what I'm saying? Like, just interact and do it for the right reasons. Don't do it because you want something from that. Do it because, you know, like you genuinely care about them and you want to see them win, and they'll want to see you win too. So it's just, yeah, networking. How are we doing on time? We good?
Great questions. Like 3 minutes.
Yeah? Any more questions? Any quick questions that we can answer? Go ahead.
How'd you come up with the name 3 King Media?
So I came up with the name. It was originally 3 of my friends. So it was me, my boy King Louie, and my boy Third. And I came up with the logo. I said, I'll sacrifice myself and I'll just put the 3 and then the King together. So it's funny because it was like, I've had it since 2015. And I've considered rebranding and changing it to something else, you know, something more professional. But I think I'm at the point now where it's like, people know this. I have it tattooed behind my hair. I have my logo tattooed. So it's like, I live and breathe this. This is me. This is my identity. So it's just one of those things that like, that's how it started off, and it grew into something that now it's like my child, you know, and I take care of it, and you know, so that's kind of how it started. But if you're thinking about picking a name or coming up with a name or something, I would say maybe something, try and experiment, something catchy, something that fits you, and something that works in the industry that you want to go in. Any more? I think we got time for one more question. Anybody have any more other questions? Nope. Everybody? Okay, sweet. Real quick, before we head out, can we get a big round of applause for Delta College? Because I think what they did here is amazing. So big round of applause to everybody that put this together. And I'm super excited for you guys. It was a pleasure to meet everybody. My social medias are up there if you guys want to follow us. And shoot us a DM or something, yeah. I'm looking for editors, so if anybody's good at editing, let us know. And like I said, there's projects and people willing to pay you your rates, so connect. Thank you guys so much. Hope everybody has a good day, and can't wait to see what you guys become.